Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. This is part 5 of the 5-part series. And this is just the railing going up. You've already seen the concrete go in, but I just wanted to show how I actually put the vinyl picket fence in. The vinyl picket post actually went in first. Much easier that way. And that way you can integrate the post with the concrete going under the fence, and there's not a lot of maintenance. I've seen a lot of people put vinyl fences in. You'll see around the perimeter of this house, for instance, you got vinyl fence, you got dirt, you've got debris, you've got weeds growing from one side to the other because there's no concrete under them. So it's a constant battle. Nothing grows other than weeds, of course. So you're always fighting it. So in this case, I wanted to put the post in first, pour the slab under where the new picket's going to go to the outside of the post to continue the whole patio. Also, weed barrier, animals can't dig under the fence, all these things. It just makes more sense, but you normally won't see it like this. In order to do it like this, you have to have the whole patio out, in other words, also. So most people throw a picket in, and they've already have an existing patio, and the picket goes on the outside of the existing, so now you've got the dirt and then the patio. And then there's the setback to allow for the footing, so now you've got space between the posts and the new patio. It's best when you can do it all at once. Here's that little drain I set on the outside. Picks up any runoff off the patio. And that shoots it to the front. So first of all, I've got the post set up. I've spaced all the posts evenly. I have prefabricated panels of pickets that go in between. They come in a standard 6-foot width and a 3-foot height. And I'll cut those. I think my post ended up about 5 foot because I wanted them all evenly spaced. And now I'll just cut back on those panels to make it fit. Take out a couple pickets on either side to keep it evenly spaced. You can't really cut a panel from one side. Otherwise your pickets, one side where the pickets hits the post will be 1 inch. The other side will be 2.5 inch. And it's going to look kind of funny. So you have to think about all those things before you do anything. Otherwise, you got to do it twice. I've got a string line down here, and that string line does a couple of things. That's top of patio slab, so now I know the bottom rail, how high I want that above top of new concrete when it goes in. And the pickets are 2.5 inch spacing in between. So I thought, well, if it's 2.5 inches, I want the bottom rail from concrete 2.5 inches as well. That makes sense to me. So that's what I did. I have held the rail, bottom rail, 2.5 inches above that top of string line, which is going to be top of concrete. Also, it lines up my posts on a straight line. And once these posts are set, I can slap up a form against backside of post. And I got a straight line because I've already put the post in straight. So I just put the form against the post, and then I'm ready to pour concrete for the patio. When I set these posts, since that string line is level, because the house is level, of course, I'm measuring up from the line. So one end of the vinyl fence is level with the higher elevation, and this end is higher than the lower elevation lot, which is normal. Unless we slope the patio downhill and across the patio doors downhill and everything downhill, then we would have a sloped fence, a sloped patio. But I kind of like everything a little bit level. So I got the Milwaukee cordless out here, and what I did with these vinyl prefabs is I used a strap, that I used to strap down the lumber on the rack of my truck. I just strapped, because there's nothing holding those pickets in there other than nothing until they actually get into the post. So I used a strap to tighten up the top and bottom rail to hold the pickets in place. Then I cut, what I needed to fit them in there. I just use a diamond blade on my Milwaukee cordless right there. Seemed to work beautifully. Now if you use like a wood cutting blade, or you use a sawzall or something like with teeth in it, you may knock a couple chunks out of your plastic. If you go with a diamond blade, they're fairly smooth. Cuts it beautifully without a lot of ragged edges. Although those edges you won't see because they'll be inserted into the post. The post will be filled with concrete. So that's what stabilizes this whole thing. So it's pretty much a one-man project because of the strap. Now if I didn't have the strap, I need like one guy holding it together, crunching it together, and then someone trying to fit the two ends. Now once I slip them in the ends, I can go on the inside of the post and I can put a screw, at least at that top rail. I can stabilize that top rail from shifting with an inside screw of the post. And that'll stop the top rail from shifting. The bottom rail, of course, is a whole different story. I can't really get anything in there. And I can't do anything from the outside because it'll be visible. So I'm going to fill up about halfway up on that post with concrete. That'll lock in your bottom rail. The top rail's already locked in with the inside screws. Now right here, just reassembling the existing vinyl. These fences have been here since I don't know how long, but we're going to reuse them. I took them out temporarily just so I could do the excavation. Because if I was to just go through the gate itself, it's a 25-inch opening. And the wheelbarrows themselves are 25 inches. So you really can't get in and out of there without really banging everything up. So the panel had to go no matter what, no matter how I did the excavation. So there it is. There's your vinyl picket. Real sweet and real simple. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that's all your basic fundamentals of how to do a vinyl picket. Thanks for watching, and oh, by the way, this is number 5 of 5-part series, but we do have a 6-part coming up because it was a change order that led into brick steps. It led into some sealer, wet look sealer. So stay tuned for that one as well. Thanks. Have a good one.